Our next guest writes a weekly food column in the Sunday Gazette Mail, teaches cooking classes for children and adults in Charleston, and recently authored a cookbook called Counterintelligence, the Best of April's Kitchen. I'm pleased to welcome April Hamilton. April, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
What a great spread we have here, and I know that part of why we're here today is to really talk about how we can make foods, make healthy foods. I mean, there's this tendency to drive through, get fast foods, but you know, you're giving us some opportunity to learn about how to make healthy foods, but pretty quick.
Yeah, super quick, and most of us have some built-in extra set of hands at our house, the children. And they love getting engaged in the kitchen, and we can get disconnected from our kids. So kitchen is the perfect opportunity to grab your kids and hang out and chat about the day, and the next thing you know, dinner's ready.
Now, I know that, you know, what we have here today, you know, cooking at home could be the new fast food, getting everybody engaged. Tell us a little bit about how you can do this and do it in a less expensive way. I know people worry about, you know, processed foods are cheaper, and so we have to go out and buy fresh foods. Maybe it's more expensive, but yeah, I think you're going to tell us how that's not necessarily true.
Sure. Honestly, if you're eating in the seasons, it doesn't have to be more expensive, and if you can save a lot of money by avoiding a lot of the junk and the processed foods that fill your cart, but they don't fill you with good calories. So you want valuable, healthful calories that fill you up, help you feel satisfied, and make you healthy. So often healthy food gets a bad rap, but this is going to be delicious. It's not going to hurt the waistline or the wallet.
I love it.
So there we go.
Now, this is, you know, I'm not much of a cook.
Not yet.
Not yet, but I'm going to learn because, you know, in just talking to you, it inspires me to think about how we can do it and do it the right way. So we've got a great meal laid out here, and you're going to tell us exactly how we go about making this meal.
Absolutely. So I got started with browning some onions, chop an onion. That's kind of a step one in the kitchen, learning how to chop an onion properly. Takes me 1.5 minutes. I timed myself. So it doesn't take any time to chop it. And then I browned up 2 pounds of meat and split it into 3 containers. So I'm a step ahead for another night, right? That gets put in the fridge for another day. To this I added some tomatoes and our great chili seasonings, ancho chili powder and cumin, and some black beans. Also some diced canned tomatoes. So the black beans are a protein stretcher. That's going to save you money. It's also going to fill you up, give you fiber, and it's very lean. So there we go. Just multi-purpose right there. Salad spinner is a girl's best friend.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see it. Okay.
So I've got my romaine, and here I've rinsed it off. But you don't want wet lettuce in your bowl.
No, of course not.
And you may not want the sort of chemical-coated lettuce that comes already ready for you to, you know, pop open the bag and throw it in a bowl. Has a little chemical on it that's not listed.
Wow.
Ingredients. So
that's interesting.
I have spun salad for kindergartners, and they go crazy. They lick their plates when they're done. So this one comes with a great top. You know, you can just, if you didn't use all your lettuce, pop that on, stick it in the fridge, you're good for another day. So we'll put our little spinner lid to the side.
Now, can I ask you a question, April? I've gotten this from people before. You talked about having the romaine lettuce.
Yes.
There is a difference, right, between the type of lettuce that we get and the reason that we would choose a certain lettuce over another.
Yes, thanks for bringing that up. Check out the color. So there's another lettuce out there that's about this color, right? And it's called iceberg. It's crunchy and tasty, but it's mostly water. You're not getting a lot of vitamins, minerals, nutrients from it. I mean, it's not a horrible choice, but it's not your first choice. It's not the best choice. So romaine, nice and dark and leafy. Here come the kids. They are going to tear it up. You ready?
Right.
You want to be a kid?
Oh, I always want to be a kid. Oh, yes.
Nice bed of lettuce into your salad bowls, and rather than having Taco Tuesday, I think everybody has gotten hooked on Taco Tuesday, which if you have tacos with that regularity, I mean, it's not probably your best option. Taco Salad Tuesday, so you're amping it up with lots of extra lettuce. So lettuce is the focus more than the taco shell and tons of meat and cheese and all that. You know, so you can assemble a little taco bar for your Taco Salad Tuesday.
Okay.
All right, here we go. little avocado, little carrot. You know, every time you add a color, a vegetable to your plate, you're getting another set of nutrients. So, you know, why not add some chopped carrot, grated carrot?
Now, let me ask you a question. Oh, here we go again. You know, me and I have to, I want to make my life easy in the kitchen. Grating the carrot. You said it took you a minute and a half to do the chopped onions.
Sure.
Is this difficult?
So, of course not. Peel the carrots and grate it. You can even grate it right into this same thing. I'll be grating the cheese into this, but you could grate it in here and keep it in the fridge. This is from IKEA. We don't have IKEA here, but you know, put your lid on, stick it in the fridge. Do these on Sunday. You know, you can plan your meals ahead, make it a family activity, get everyone's, you know, input, and you know, rather than you just feel like you're the short order cook, because that's no fun.
No, not at all. But I think that you make a really good point about people who are working. You know, they always say, oh, when I get home from work, I don't have time.
Right.
But a couple of the tips you've given us, we can make things ahead of time. We put them in the refrigerator. We put them in containers. And so you're going to be able to pull things.
Step ahead, and believe me, you know, I get into a bind, and there's the jar of sauce for pasta in an emergency, but that still, beats the drive-through options, you know, most of the time.
Okay.
So here we go. Let's grab the kids again, and the kids can, with supervision, I mean, they can have a knife, not a teeny tiny kid, but a medium-sized kid can have a knife, and they can split the grape tomatoes in two, and so on. Little spicy jalapeno, yes?
Ooh.
You like a little jalapeno? I don't really get the kids on the jalapeno because if they get it in their eye or on their skin, it can burn, but.
Just a few.
Do you know that spicy actually revs your metabolism? So there we go.
Wow.
That's what we all want, is a revved up metabolism.
Absolutely.
So I was talking about the way we did our meat. We can spoon a little of that on here. You don't need 8 ounces of meat, correct? You know, we did a half-pound burger here or there. You just don't need that. See how many, we can get 6 or 8 salads out of this.
Absolutely.
I mean, I believe that's an ample protein portion. You know, if you want a little extra, that's fine.
We're
not gonna.
Smells really good. If you were here with me, you would all be excited.
If you put me in front of a whole bowl of chips, I will eat every one of them. It is my absolute weakness. But how about just, you know, crumble up a couple chips for color and crunch. And
good idea.
Nobody's going to get hurt. Squeeze a lime. Well, I'll have you squeezing some lime on there. And the kids, they can grate the cheese too. You can just do it right over the bowl. A little bit. Grating your own cheese, that's one of my big ones. The pre-grated cheeses are loaded with extra junk that you don't want. Cellulose doesn't taste good. It weighs more, so you're actually paying more because you're paying for that cellulose that gives you no nutrition. But you grate your cheese, keep that in the box in the fridge. Super favorite addition to any salad is the avocado.
Oh yes.
So I have a no-goo way of the avocado because you know you don't want to get all slimed out.
And they can be very messy. So you're going to
be messy. We're going to do no-goo. I started cutting it in my hand, but I'm going to do it the safe way. We're not going to cut it in our hand. We'll cut it right here on the board.
Okay.
Cut it into some little cubes right within the skin. Okay, I've got one little drip on my finger, but it's
not
moisturizer.
Much. Right.
So there we go.
Oh.
You know, how much would you like? 1.5? And we look at that.
Look at that.
No goo. I'm not dirty. And if you really want a little bit of a squeeze of sour cream, you could just do that, but in small doses. And look at this, is just beautiful if you ask me.
Absolutely.
All the colors.
Gorgeous.
Then you squeeze some lime into your water, or even a little seltzer water if you're feeling frisky, and
there it is.
You're good to go. So.
Wow.
No dressing. You don't even really need dressing. If you wanted the sour cream and the lime will blend to kind of make sort of a tangy ranch if you must. But
and
voila. And you know, you can put that lime there.
Oh, makes it very pretty.
More tomatoes, however you like.
Love it. Now, let me ask you a question. I mean, this is wonderful. I mean, you can just look at this and say, it looks pretty. I know it's going to taste great. You know, I think it's important.
Okay.
How we go about doing this, and I think a taste is in order.
All right.
I think we have to finish it up with a taste. So,
super.
For all you viewers, keep in mind that this is a healthy meal that I'm just about to take a bite of, and I love it. Wow. This is awesome. Thank you so much, April.
you're
Really
so
appreciate
welcome.
you being here.
See you
It was
in the
wonderful. See me in the kitchen, absolutely.
Perfect.
That's all the time we have for today's show. I want to again thank Darren Fisher's Designer Kitchens in Charleston for welcoming us into his beautiful kitchen for today's show and all our guests. Remember, you can always follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and our website. I'm Karen Bowling, Cabinet Secretary for the West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resources. Thank you for watching The State of Health here on the Library Television Network.